Ladies and gentlemen, people of every kind, welcome back to Music Talk Mondays. This is a weekly podcast where we talk about all things related to music. My name is Eddie Lam. I am your host. And every week we talk about all things, whether it be artists, bands, instruments, songs, albums, soundtracks, and much more pop culture related. So that is the fun part about this podcast. Of course, if this is your first time tuning into this weekly shindig, I thank you guys for tuning in for the first time. We are broadcasting live on Twitch and on YouTube and on TikTok as well. So it's good to see you all on all platforms. You guys are great people. So again, yes, if this is your first time, please subscribe to my channel on all platforms, whether you be on YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok. Follow me. I would love to connect with you guys in every way I can through social media. It's been a great time so far. I am enjoying doing this podcast each week. Just hang out with you guys. You know, I'm always used to performing on my instruments and singing each time, but it's really awesome just to get together here, just casually sitting down and just talking about all things musically related. And I know the fun part is you guys always have a lot of questions for me, and I always do my best to answer to the best of my abilities, basically. So the way this format works, as usual, I'll let you guys know. So I talk about my discussion topic first in the first half of the show, and then after that, then we'll do some open Q&A and an open discussion from you, the audience. So make sure you type in your questions in the comments section below. Again, whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok, type in your questions or comments, whatever it is. But don't do it right now. Again, we're going to do our topic discussion, and then we'll do open Q&A when I say so. When I say it's ready. Okay, so before we begin our discussion for today, I have a website. It's EddieLamMusic.ca if you want to check out all the musical shindigs that I do, whether it be the bands I play in, or you can check out all the interviews I've been involved in. I had podcasters who've interviewed me talking about my music, which is great, but you also get a chance to, just check out the links to all my social media as well. You can also check out all my musical posts I've done and all that. So make sure you check it out, folks. EddieLamMusic.ca is my website, and of course, yes, my social media. It's EddieLamMusic on all in one word, EddieLamMusic. I got Twitch, I got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I have all those platforms, so folks, be sure to follow me on there, and I would love to follow you guys back as well. Make sure you message me and say hi, and just let me know where you found me. So if you also want to donate to me, if you enjoyed the content I've done so far, I do have a PayPal. It's paypal.me/EddieLamMusic. And of course, I also got Patreon as well. If you want to let me know, message me and let me know that you want a birthday shout out to a friend, family, anyone that you know. If you want me to do any other special occasion videos, do a shout out on that. My Patreon is there for that kind of stuff. So make sure you go to patreon.com/EddieLamMusic. Just send me a message and let me know that you want me to create some awesome content for you guys, and I will make that happen for y'all. So with all that being said, let's go straight into our discussion for today. So today is February 1st, Monday night, 2021. Last night on January 31st, Sunday night, 2021, was the annual WWE Wrestling Royal Rumble. And as you guys know, besides me loving music, I am also a huge wrestling fan. Hold on, before I begin, hold on. Sorry, Bomente, on TikTok says, hello, greetings from Gambia. Hello, welcome to the podcast. Anyways, so as you guys know, I'm a huge wrestling fan as well. Of course, music is the number one thing I do and love the most, but wrestling is also another one of my favorites. But last time, a little while back, I've talked about the impact of wrestling and music, of why music plays such a huge role in pro wrestling overall in general. But today, I actually want to specify the musical impact in the Royal Rumble match itself. Now, if you guys don't know what the Royal Rumble match is like, pretty much what it is it's a format called a Battle Royal. So the way it works is it's not your traditional wrestling match where you have, two people wrestling each other and they pin each other to see who wins. So that's the traditional wrestling match. But a Battle Royal is where it starts off with two people just wrestling each other, and then each minute more people come in and you face more people. So the way it works is, in order for you to win the match, you have to throw your opponent over the top rope. Both feet must hit the floor. And if that happens, then you're eliminated, basically. That means you've lost the match and you got to, get out of here. But that's how it works. That's how you eliminate your opponents. So the last person that still remains in the wrestling ring is the winner. So that's how a Battle Royal format works. That's what we call it, the Battle Royal. Now, last night was this really cool pay-per-view called the Royal Rumble, and it's a yearly tradition. Every single year in January, WWE puts on this really amazing pay-per-view, and I think it's one of my personal favorite pay-per-views. I'm sure it's everyone's favorite pay-per-views as well, if you guys are wrestling fans. But yes, the Royal Rumble is such a really great pay-per-view event each year, and as a wrestling fan myself, I think it's just exciting because it's not only about who wins the Royal Rumble, but it's also the middle of the match as well. Sometimes you get special appearances from legendary wrestlers who come out of retirement once in a while. Sometimes you even get a returning wrestler from an injury, or sometimes you even get a new person, a newcomer, who just knocks it out of the park as well. And you get other special guests that you don't expect and unexpected encounters from different wrestlers. That is the main cool thing I enjoy about the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So, of course, I know I'm talking a little bit about wrestling here, but how does this relate to our podcast, Music Talk Mondays? Well, I want to talk about why music plays one of the biggest roles in one of the best pay-per-views in WWE wrestling. Music plays such a huge role in the Royal Rumble specifically. So we're going to go over a few points of why it matters. So here we go. Go to my notes. So why does music matter? Why music matters in the WWE Royal Rumble? Well, there's a few points I want to bring up. And this is going to be a nice short discussion today, but again, because we know earlier we've talked a lot about wrestling and, as a theme entrance and all that kind of stuff. So, but let's talk about the Royal Rumble specifically. So why does music work? Why does music matter so much in WWE wrestling? Well, I'm going to bring up these points right now. Okay, so here are a couple the first 2 points displayed on the screen if you're watching it from YouTube and Twitch. So, music matters in the Royal Rumble. Reason number 1, it makes you hyped up about the wrestlers entering the ring. So, again, this talks about this whole thing about why wrestlers need the right theme music. This is the reason why wrestlers need the right theme music that not only matches their gimmick, but it also reflects who they are as a person, but they also reflect on how they want the crowd to react to them. And this is also essential to the top stars as well. So whether you'd be Roman Reigns, you'd be John Cena, you'd be Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart. Did Bruno Sammartino have a theme? I'm not too sure, but Ultimate Warrior definitely for sure. Macho Man, the list goes on. And what they all have in common is that they have a very hyped up, high energy music. So, in relation to point number one, that music in the Royal Rumble in WWE wrestling, it makes you hyped up about the wrestlers entering the ring. Their theme music, the minute they hit the ring, it makes the audience all hyped up for them, right? And if it doesn't matter if they are the fan favorites, if they're the good guys or the bad guys, even if they're bad guys, you know something's going down. So in relation to that, the first point is that hard-hitting music helps. So it's not just heavy metal, but it can be hip-hop. Like AJ Styles has a hip-hop theme. Billy Kidman had a hip-hop theme as well. But yeah, metal, rap, EDM, anything upbeat. Even if you have, for example, Damian Sandow, who used that Hallelujah song, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, right? Like that fits him really well. And that gets the crowd excited. It's still a pretty upbeat kind of song, so it's really cool. So there you go. And of course with The Undertaker, even though it's not like upbeat, but it's a slow tune, but what makes up for it is the fact that Undertaker would have like this grand entrance as he enters the ring, right? And we see that happen. So even with slower music, that's not like at a fast, like if it's not at a fast pace, if there's a grand kind of entry, a presence that this wrestler has, the vibe that he or she gives, it still makes a good impact when it comes to entering into the ring for the Royal Rumble. Slower music, so that brings that point. Slower music can be okay as long as there's a grand entry involved, as long as there's some sort of, if the music is kind of slow, let the other factors make up for it. Or at least let it contribute big time. Because again, especially when it comes to these top stars who have a good chance of winning the Royal Rumble, it makes a huge difference. They have to appear larger than life, basically. It has to be that larger than life kind of personality that makes them stand out, makes people know, oh my goodness, here comes somebody who is going to win this match or has a good chance of winning the match. The grand entry is such a huge factor. It makes it just brings in this energy, I mean, when you have wrestlers like the Big Show, when you have Braun Strowman, you have those wrestlers, they come into the ring and you hear their music already, you instantly know people are in big trouble. Their opponents are going to be in big trouble, and it's not going to be good. And that means they may have a chance of winning. That's what music does. If you hear the Big Show's theme song, if you hear Braun Strowman's metal theme song, oh my goodness, it just means make a run for it, people. Make a run for it. It's going to be quite something. Yokozuna is another example. So Yokozuna, if you guys don't know, the gimmick was like this big dude who was like a sumo wrestler and did not have much. Oh, hello, Reet Ute on TikTok. Hello, thanks for saying hi. Thanks for joining into the podcast. So you look at Yokozuna, who was this big sumo wrestler dude in WWE wrestling. Didn't have much of a theme song, but for some reason it worked. I think because of the fact that, Reedy is asking, what is this? Reedy, this is my weekly podcast called Music Talk Mondays, where we talk about all things related to music. So today's topic, we're talking about wrestling and music, and talking about how music plays a huge role in a Royal Rumble match in WWE. Thanks for joining in. So Yokozuna actually has this, even though the music's not as, high upbeat or anything like that, just remember, Yokozuna's presence makes a huge difference. Again, he's literally a larger-than-life kind of guy. Rest in peace, by the way. He's been gone from us for over 20 years already. But again, that's another fine example of somebody with a slower theme song, but his literally larger-than-life presence makes up for it. It brings extra value to that. And then when you think about his music, then you're like, oh my goodness, It's not upbeat music, but I can picture it already being larger than life because of the right wrestler that brought such presence to that. So there you go. Another fine example of that, friends. Point number 2. Why does music matter in the WWE Royal Rumble? I'll tell you why. Point number 2. When returning wrestlers enter, it brings the nostalgic feelings. So like I mentioned before, sometimes in a Royal Rumble match, in a Royal Rumble pay-per-view match, that big battle royal, it's so much fun when you have returning wrestlers. So whether it be coming, there's two kinds of the returning wrestlers you see in a Royal Rumble. You have either the injured wrestler who's been gone for a long time and he just makes a comeback, or you have a returning legend who makes a special appearance. And that's the thing. When returning wrestlers return, why does the crowd like it? Well, the minute you hear their music, it brings back that nostalgic memories again. Again, music makes such a huge difference in a Royal Rumble because think about it this way. If some wrestler just kind of like walked out of nowhere and there's no music playing, it kind of kills the vibe a little bit. Or actually I would say it totally kills the vibe. So this is the reason why music has to play the big factor. This is why it's the driving force of that match. The minute you hear the music play, there's a good chance the crowd will go wild, especially if it's a wrestler that is one of the most loved wrestlers of all time. Because what's happening in the Royal Rumble match is that everybody's, fighting each other, right, and all that. And so, of course, people will not pay attention if a wrestler just comes out of nowhere with no music playing in the background. Right? Like which wrestlers had no theme music? IRS, he had no theme music. Tommaso Ciampa for a little bit had no theme music for a while. So those guys, if they had came out to the wrestling ring during the Royal Rumble match with no music in the background, honestly, it would not make a huge impact at all. It would suck, basically. It would suck big time. So instead, what we do is that they blast this amazing music, and if people have enjoyed this wrestler or they know this is like one of the most memorable wrestlers of all time, then of course people will go nuts, especially if these guys are coming back after a long time of being absent. So that's the thing. Nostalgia brings back good memories, especially when it comes to music. So if the right wrestler was brought back, it would make a positive impact on the event. Definitely, for sure. Example, last year, Edge came back to WWE after 9 long years of injury, and he was in a Hall of Fame and all that stuff already, and they thought, okay, he's done for good. No, that's the thing. The minute you hear Edge's theme music, the crowd just went nuts for him. They went nuts, insane for him, because they haven't seen that guy wrestle in a long time. And so the minute you hear that Alter Bridge song, it makes a huge, huge difference. It gets people all hyped up and everything. So, and again, if you guys don't remember, this is what I've been told. I've been told that Edge was just hanging out with the guys from Alter Bridge one day, and Alter Bridge showed him that song. They said, "Hey, we're working on this song," and then of course Edge goes, "Hey, I actually like this song. We should use it as my new theme entrance, because I'm looking for a new theme entrance for my when I wrestle." And Alter Bridge was like, "Sure, let's make that happen." So that's what I've been told. I just want to say hi to Tash, and I also want to say hi to user556. Hello, guys. Thanks for tuning into my podcast here. Anyways, yeah, so Edge's theme song is such a prime example, too, when it comes to that. Like Alter Bridge's theme song just adds such a great atmosphere to the kind of person Edge is. Edge is a really fantastic wrestler, one of the best Canadian wrestlers of all time, in my personal opinion, next to Bret the Hitman Hart. Now, Bret Hart's another guy who's got a great theme music as well as he enters the ring. So if I had seen him at the Royal Rumble, I would go nuts if I hear that opening guitar riff. Right? But Edge's theme music by Alter Bridge, it was great. It was like double kick, heavy guitars that are like, tuned all the way down to, was it drop D, drop C sharp, drop C maybe? Who knows what it is? But hello A8 Westerman. Thanks for sending me the gift. Thanks for the donation on TikTok. I really appreciate that. But going back, yes. So, Alter Bridge's theme song has like double kick and everything. And you know what? You got to think about all the other wrestlers that have great theme songs as well that complement the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins, his old Burn It Down theme. Like I said, Braun Strowman's theme song. It's like this, deep drop C metal music, which is so perfect. I wish there'd be growls, death metal growls in that one, but of course, they don't want to make it too extreme now, do they? Dare I say it, even R-Truth's music would add such great excitement, especially in a Royal Rumble match. You kidding me? I think it would be great. Like he has got like this really cool theme song. It's catchy. I know it's corny. He's got like, he's a comedic kind of wrestler, but it's really cool just to see someone like R-Truth being very entertaining. And I think it all comes down to it too. Even if you're not going to be the top wrestler that's going to win the Royal Rumble match, at least being memorable by being entertaining, it makes a huge difference, especially if you have a really good theme music that's just so catchy. R-Truth asked the audience when he's rapping, he's like, "What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?" That is R-Truth right there. And he's gonna go down as one of the most memorable wrestlers. I know he's got a very corny gimmick, right? He's like, was it the 24/7 champion like multiple times already? So he's broken a record, but but you can't deny the fact that he is a very exciting dude. He can get the crowd going. I hear it's like over 50 or something. I'll look it up later, or maybe type in the comments below if you know already. But it's really awesome just to know like this guy is still going and he's still making some hilarious matches here and there. I know some of you guys are not big fans of it, but I'm just saying, guys, it's really cool in my personal opinion. So again, so let's go over the first 2 points. So why music matters in the Royal Rumble. So again, just to review, number one, makes you hyped up about the wrestlers entering the ring. So their theme entrances matter. They got to pick the right ones. The right theme song really makes an impact on you as a wrestler. And as you're entering the Royal Rumble match, you want people to be hyped up for you and take you seriously to know you may have a good chance of winning this match. Point number two, when returning wrestlers enter, it brings a nostalgic feeling. So again, like I say, nostalgia brings back good memories if you associate that, and if the right wrestler is brought back, it will make a positive impact on the event. So again, we talk about wrestlers who are injured and are gone for a long time, or again, we talk about a returning wrestler that hasn't been in WWE in a long time, or it's a visiting legend. Say if The Rock ever came back, or if Hulk Hogan ever came back to wrestle, it may happen. And it gives people that nostalgic feeling. So that's what's good about music contributing to the Royal Rumble. Now, I'm going to bring up some more points here. Point number three, why music matters in the WWE Royal Rumble. Well, I will say this. It makes you hyped up for the next event. So think about this. Did you ever have that good feeling when you watched the Royal Rumble, and after the event is over, the wrestler's theme music plays, they point at the WrestleMania sign, and people are just all like, if the fireworks blow up, and people are all stoked about it, and they're all cheering because the right person won the match and all that. Well, the music aspect plays a huge role in that, and that's what leaves me wanting more. It's not just the fireworks. It's not just the right wrestler that won, but it's the appropriate music that went well with it. So think about it that way. It all depends who wins the Royal Rumble match too. And let's face it, guys. Like, of course, like I say, music plays a huge role in that. But when you have the right wrestler, I hope that they have the right theme song to go with it too, pre-planned. If that wrestler were to win the Royal Rumble. Or think about it this way. if that wrestler has a good chance of winning the Royal Rumble, at least a good chance. So it's not just the right wrestlers who wins, it's the right theme song for the wrestler that makes the huge difference. So like I say, excitement matters. Excitement matters. So I think this might be me just lecturing WWE about this kind of thing. But as somebody with a musical background, I will say that excitement matters, especially when it comes to sports entertainment like wrestling. In any big, larger-than-life event, NFL, right? You think about the halftime show from the musicians. You think about the opening theme of the Super Bowl. You think about the opening theme for Hockey Night in Canada. Music plays a huge role in that. It's the hype. In sports entertainment, hype. Get the crowd to care. What's going to make me care? What's going to provide that adrenaline rush? The theme music. Oh my goodness, the theme music makes that bloody difference when it comes to the start of a big competitive event. And you also got to think back at other sports events too. American Gladiators. And dare I say it, even when John Tesh wrote the theme from the NBA, that I thought spells sports. Hello, Jules on TikTok. Thanks for coming by, my friend. Jules is another one of my regular followers who's so good at coming by. So again, thank you so much, my friend. Going back, so like I say, so again, being hyped up for the next event. So it's not just the beginning, but the ending too. Just like in any sports, like I said, basketball, hockey, football, even soccer. Or I guess, of course, in people in Europe, they call it football. I honestly think that I agree that should be called football because you're using your foot more. But, of course, that's just me. But, of course, in NFL, though, like, especially that theme song, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, that gets me hyped up, too, if I were to watch an NFL game. So, of course, yeah, same deal. When it comes to the halftime show from the musicians, man, you got to bring someone that's going to have a larger-than-life production. Somebody that's going to get the crowd going. The lights, the choreography, the pyrotechnics, the fireworks, the flames, the flashy lights. That makes a huge difference. Again, it's all about the larger-than-life personality, the larger-than-life atmosphere that you bring in sports. So again, going back to the Royal Rumble from WWE, their pay-per-view at the beginning, so even the beginning when they opened the pay-per-view match, pay-per-view event, that makes a huge difference. You got to have the right theme for that. Sometimes I'm going to tell you guys and be brutally honest. Sometimes there are there's lots of days where WWE does not provide the right theme music for their pay-per-views. NXT, however, does a much better job at it. That's just me, guys. That's just me expressing my opinion on that. But when the right music is chosen to open the pay-per-view event, it is awesome. And of course, you need it at the ending too. You need it at the end. So again, in the middle, of course, the music plays a huge difference all the way through on the wrestlers' theme songs as they enter the ring during the Battle Royal match, and of course at the ending, who won the Royal Rumble, and you cue their theme music. If it's a good one too, you make it memorable. It makes the event very memorable. So again, like I say, guys, this is my point. Excitement matters. When it comes to sports, when it comes to the right music for it, excitement matters. You got to think about those things like the fireworks, because every time when somebody wins the Royal Rumble, there'll be fireworks blowing up. And it makes a huge difference. They do that for WrestleMania, of course. Whoever wins the match, fireworks are blowing up, flames, pyrotechnics, flashy lights, crowd cheering. That all, but the music, and I say it again, the music is the icing on the cake. It's the cherry on top. That is what makes the event so memorable. And like I said, yes, that brings up the point that I mentioned earlier. Think about if they were to win, if this wrestler were to win WrestleMania. So if that wrestler were to win WrestleMania, that music better be good when they win. That music better be good when they get that championship belt at WrestleMania. If not the belt, at least, going back to Royal Rumble, think about that. You want to see the wrestler point to the sign at WrestleMania, although they should really stop doing that, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion, but it is a bit too much. But when it does happen, when they point to the sign saying WrestleMania during the Rumble match when they win, they better choose the right theme music. And I really feel like some wrestlers, if some wrestlers have some mediocre theme song, if the plan is for this wrestler to win this match, then they should obviously consider changing their theme song before the pay-per-view even. Find the right one. Find the right theme music for this wrestler and make sure you picture that. It's like, wow, could we picture this music going well when this guy wins a championship, when this guy wins the Royal Rumble, when this guy wins any match? It makes a huge difference. Wrestlers' theme songs make a huge difference, specifically for the Royal Rumble, specifically for WrestleMania, specifically for any big pay-per-view event. If you are pushing this person to be the big star, the next big thing, and I'm not just talking about Brock Lesnar, folks, of course, but any wrestler that is going to get this nice big push, I think what WWE should be doing is being able to provide that right music for the right wrestler. If they're ready to push this person to become the big star, maybe part of the rebranding has to involve having a new theme song. It may have to be. Wrestlers have changed theme songs. Most of them have, except for Shawn Michaels, I would say, and except for Bret Hart. I mean, they have variations of their theme song. Like Shawn Michaels had two different versions of his, "Sexy Boy" song. One sung by Cher, and then one just rapped by Shawn Michaels himself. But still, the same song. Still the same song. It's just changed differently. But other wrestlers have actually do change their theme songs, and if it benefits them much better long term and makes them one of the biggest stars of all time, by all means, yeah. Even John Cena has done that quite a good number of times as well. So there you go, folks. And The Undertaker had some variations. Oh, Jules says, I hate it when Hulk Hogan changed his theme. Yeah, I guess it really depends which one you're talking about. But I mean, I guess when Hulk Hogan used the Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows Real American. I know that one's like a much, but it's like the Hulk Hogan theme song of all time. But yeah, it's true. Back like almost 20 years ago when Hulk Hogan came back to WWE and he used Jimi Hendrix's Voodoo Child as his theme song. Not quite the same. I mean, it does suit Hulk Hogan pretty well in a sense, but you never forget Real American, because Real American is the theme song for Hulk Hogan. It's an original song, and it's not some mainstream artist song that they've used just for popularity. Like Jim Johnson, who wrote Real American, is a musical genius when it comes to theme songs. He writes songs, and he writes songs that describe the wrestlers well. And so Real American is so perfect for it. And yes, Jules agrees with me on TikTok. Thanks, Jules. So those are my points for tonight, guys. Again, this is I wanted to make this like a short discussion because we've already talked about wrestling and music a little while back. But, because last night was a Royal Rumble, I wanted to just bring that up to you guys about why I feel a pay-per-view event like the Royal Rumble and music, why music plays such a huge impact on the WWE Royal Rumble. It's very true, guys. Again, I'm going to say it again. If the wrestlers don't have the right theme song, it is going to hurt their entrance. It's going to hurt their reputation as a wrestler. If a wrestler has a bad theme song, it will make a huge difference, guys. If it's badly produced, if it's not catchy, if it does not bring excitement, then as if I were in management, I would have to change things up a bit and make the wrestler taken more. I want the wrestler to be taken more seriously by choosing the right theme song. So again, let's review the points that we discussed today. So again, why does music matter in the Royal Rumble from WWE pay-per-views? Well, again, number one, it makes you hyped up about the wrestlers entering the ring. So, and it makes you hyped up about the pay-per-view as well. But yes, the right wrestler's theme song makes a difference, especially for the top stars that may have potential to win. Again, hard-hitting, or if not, at least have some grand entry contributing to it too. Number two, when wrestlers when you have returning wrestlers, it brings back the nostalgic feeling. A wrestler coming back from injury, a wrestler who has not been in WWE in a long time, a special guest legend making an appearance. That makes a huge difference as well. The minute you play that theme song, the old familiar theme song, the nostalgia rush just kicks in and it gets people all hyped up. Point number three, it makes you hyped up for the next event. So again, all depends who ends up winning the Royal Rumble. It's not just the right wrestler who wins, but the right theme song for the wrestler makes a huge difference. Again, excitement matters. Excitement really matters. And think about the fireworks after the match. Can the theme song go well with the fireworks, the crowd cheering and everything? And again, think about it if they were to potentially win WrestleMania. So think about that. So there you go, folks. Those are my points about why music matters in the WWE Royal Rumble. Of course, these are only my personal points, my personal point of views of why I think they matter. Because I don't want to dig too deep into this. I don't want to get too analytical, too technical. But this is something I've always wanted to talk about is, why does music play a huge role? Why do you need music for sports? Why do you need it for sports entertainment? Because it brings the hype. It makes you excited. It makes you care about it. So the right theme song in anything sports related really makes a huge difference, folks. It does make a huge difference for sure. So that's it for today's topic discussion. It is a short one, but of course, guys, I want to use this time to also make time for open Q&A. So, guys, it's time for it now. Open Q&A from you guys. This is the open Q&A segment now of my podcast. So again, because also of the nature of today's topic about wrestling and music, we can talk about wrestling if you guys want, as long as we can also try to contribute a music factor into it as well. So feel free, guys, if you guys are on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, type in your questions, comments, whatever thoughts you guys have. I would love to read it and discuss with you guys. So let's go ahead. Actually, some of you guys were bringing it up about Hulk Hogan's theme song. So I mean, of course, I covered actually the cover of the Hulk Hogan theme song on my YouTube channel. So make sure you check it out. It's on there. I had so much fun recording that, and it's great. So yeah. So how about you guys? Do you guys have your own favorite wrestler theme song? Which theme song do you like from a wrestler? Again, now we can talk about either WWE, AEW, WCW, ECW, any of those wrestling organizations. Let's talk about your favorite theme songs from any wrestler from any of those shows. So, just reading it. Just going through some comments here. But of course, I mean, every time that when you think about the graduation music, you think about Macho Man Randy Savage, and when you hear that, you're like, ooh yeah, dig it. So anyways, hello, Subtle Souls. Thanks for coming into my podcast as well. Again, so this is the open Q&A portion of it. This is again, we can talk about music, we can talk about wrestling and wrestling theme music as well, due to the nature of today's topic. So yes, let's engage, guys. Let's see some comments here happening. And let me know how you guys' day is going too. I would love to just chat with you guys too, just about anything in general. how's your day going? How was your weekend? What have you been up to these days? Um, Soul says it's like music. And let me know, guys, what instruments do you guys play? I would love to hear from you guys on what music you guys, instruments you do. So do you play piano, guitar? Do you sing? Yes, guys, I'm just gonna say it straight up. Singing counts as an instrument. Your voice is your instrument, and just like any other instrument, you gotta take good care of it as well. When you're singing, make sure you drink lots of water. Make sure also if you hit a lot of high notes, I suggest drinking some warm water with honey as well. Honey soothes the throat. It worked for me personally. It works for me. So, yeah. I would say even apple cider vinegar with water. Have you guys ever tried that? Apple cider vinegar is pretty nasty with water, but if you add a little bit of honey to it, it actually has this interesting sweet taste. But yeah, honey is good for the throat, guys. So I'm just looking at the comments here on TikTok. It's one of the most active, engaging platforms for me personally. But yeah. Oh yes, of course, guys. Again, if you guys have not, I guess did not know. Again, I'm already at over 21,000 followers on TikTok. All thanks to you guys as of today on February 1st, 2021. Thank you all for helping me gain so many followers because you guys have enjoyed my musical content. So thank you guys. You guys have been amazing supporters that way. So yeah. All right. What else should I bring up while I'm waiting for you guys' questions here too? Okay. Yes. Definitely worth bringing this up too. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yes, of course. So, again, if you guys have not tuned into my TikTok channel has the following right now. I mean, originally I was known for kind of having 1 minute guitar tutorials on how to play chords for songs on guitar in just less than a minute, and it's like 4 chord songs in its entirety. But just to add more variety to my TikTok channel, just to a more variety of content, I decided to play some piano as well, where I play little snippets of a familiar part of a popular song. And you guys are more than welcome to use the duet feature on TikTok to sing along to it too, as if you and I are jamming. So that's the beauty of TikTok, is that you use the duet feature. So please subscribe to my TikTok channel, use the duet feature to sing along, or even play an instrument if you want to, but basically sing along to my piano videos. I've released a lot of videos already so far, and I got some good responders, some good duetters who've been on there. So for all the duetters who've been using the duet feature for my videos, thank you so much. You guys have done a great job so far. Nobody has disappointed me one bit. It's cool to see people sing along to my stuff, basically. So there you go. All right. So it looks like there's not too many people actually going on here right now, like typing in questions and comments and stuff though, but I guess I will just call it a day. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to my live stream. We do this every Monday, usually around 9 or 9:30 Pacific time. All depends on the day. But just to let you guys know, I actually may consider doing this podcast at an earlier time, depending, really depending what everybody thinks. You guys are more than welcome to express your opinions. If you want me to actually do this live stream at an earlier time, let me know if you guys are up for that. Because I know Monday can be a very hard day because it's a weekday. Everybody's at work. It has to get ready for work the next day, and I put that into consideration because I know we all have 9 to 5 lives as well, right? We all know what it's like. So let me know if you feel like a Monday, earlier Monday, like not as late as 9 p.m. Pacific time would work for you guys. And if the majority have spoken about that, then I will change the time to something a little bit earlier. It'd be cool to connect with you guys, especially if you guys are from different time zones. So I would like to know about that. So I'm going to end the stream right here today, guys. I think that's about it for today. So thank you all for always tuning into my podcast here, Music Talk Mondays. Again, I'm always open for different topic discussions as well. So feel free to message me if you're on Instagram. Add me on Instagram and just message me and let me know what topics you want to hear for my podcast. I would love to talk to you guys. I'd love to engage with you all and take some suggestions as well. On my podcast, I talk about all things pop culture related. I can review music. I'll just talk about my personal opinions about musical related stuff, whether it be on artists, instruments, pop culture, whatever it may be. And of course, if you want me to do instrument tutorials, I could. If I've done it a few times on guitar, and I'll see if I can do it on piano as well if possible. But we can talk about music theory even, all that great stuff, guys. So yeah. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. And again, to everybody on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, this is where I broadcast every week. You guys have been an amazing audience. You guys have been great people. So for that, I thank you so much. So with all that stuff being said, you guys stay in touch, stay safe, and stay awesome. We'll see you next time.